what happened with his snakes, which is what you're supposed to do,
Right.
because, like you're supposed to show, okay, this is what happened. It's not like, oh, I heard a guy that did this and said that, and this is what happened. No, like I'm looking at firsthand evidence right now. And once that came about, the value of it went to shit. So a lot of people were just selling it. Like you sell a female now, you have to put pet quality, don't breed it, explain to them why you can't. But the males, I know people still have desert males, you know what I mean? And they're good looking snakes, but nobody's really checking to reproduce them at all,
I couldn't believe it when I heard that. Honestly, that was another thing where I was like, that's fucking annoying. Like, here we go. Like I started taking lists of why maybe I shouldn't breed ball pythons when the desert thing hit. I was like, so this morph you can't get. Okay, that's weird. And then it led to like fucking how morphs just come out of the fucking goddamn woodworks. Like I never heard of a super panther. Shout out to Brandon. He was talking about super panthers, sandblast, and I was like, what? And I was like, and it's impressive, but it's so much to me. Like it makes my head hurt because like I'm somebody who wants to get his hands in everything, but it's impossible to do in ball pythons, bro. Like
it is, bro.
You gotta be straight. You just gotta go with your gut, go with your heart, and stick with it. And that's why what I have, like I said, I'll add certain things that I need here and there. But I'm my projects for my balls are just are set. Like they're good. I don't have, I'm happy. I'm content, but like, when I hear shit about the sandblast, it's like, oh my God, here we go. What is this? And it was sick as fuck. I didn't get to look at the super panther, but I don't know, man. It's just crazy. So anyway, the desert project, right? After that happened, did you get out for a little bit or what happened?
Yeah. So once that happened, I was getting ready to do my the gym because when I first moved here, I moved to California in 2010. And I was just teaching like kickboxing and stuff and like basic karate at a friend's gym out here, whatever, just kind of kill the time. It's really nothing to do in the desert. So when you first get here, just trying to find your way, trying to figure out where everything is in California. I'm at this weird spot where I'm 2.5 hours from LA, 3.5 hours to you, 3 hours from Vegas. So, just trying to find stuff to do. And I was like, you know what? I'll just start teaching. So it's kind of something I really fell into, like, because I started out in martial arts. I'm a black belt in karate, 2nd degree in Goju-Ryu karate. I boxed in Florida when I was in the Marine Corps. I wrestled when I was in the military too. So combat was always in me, but I never wanted to be like a UFC fighter or the best fighter in the world or stuff like that too. I just always like, sharing the knowledge. So just like with the ball python thing with the fight game, I got into that because I was tired of seeing all these young kids with promise getting screwed over all the time. It was bad managers, bad advice. It was just like too many people with those old school mentalities, like even the dumbest shit, like, oh, you should never wrap your hands because if you know how to punch with a straight wrist, you never have to worry about an injury. That's for soft people and shit like that. When if you're fighting under a rule set where you can have your hands wrap your fucking hands, So that's just some of the smallest things, but like, so I got into that and just started like mentoring some guys around here because there really wasn't an MMA program in this town. And then that business went under. When that business went under, I moved to my friend's garage. I had a 2-car garage over there where I had like 10 to 15 people, and then 15 turned to 20. Come towards the end of the year, I had 40 people in the 2-car garage when there were still martial arts gyms in town. But people were coming to me for some reason, So so you had these established people here with all these credentials behind them, but for some reason everybody's coming to training with the unknown guy, So what does that tell you?
Yeah, it's funny how that,
So the one day we got so packed in there, and literally it just happened like this. One of the girls, twin girls, a little 12-year-old, said, "Coach, you need to stop being the bitch and just get us a building." I was like,
respect.
So I was like, you know what? All right, let's do it. So I had some money, from getting rid of those, from putting aside now while I was getting rid of the desert stuff. And then I told everybody, I was like, look, the first 10 people come up with $500. And once we start the gym in 2014, that's all you got to pay for the whole year for unlimited classes, 24 hours later, I come to the gym, I have $5,000 in my pocket. People just like, boom, we believe in you. Here's the money. Let's get it. So got the building, got the lease, started with the equipment I had. And then, man, it's been off to the races, man. So, and I've been just, grinding ever since, man, with these fighters. And once,
hey, can I just say real quick, bro, how much I have respect for your fighter, Anthony? Like that dude right there, bro. Like such a humble guy.
You looked him up.
I know, well, because I met him and I was like, damn, this guy's so
Oh, you mean
nice.
Victor? Oh, Victor.
My bad. I don't know why I said that. Excuse me, Victor. My bad, Victor. My bad, Vic. So your homie Victor that you brought over, I met, super nice guy, and then fucking and then Antoine was like, hey, yeah, my boy fights, man. Check out these clips. And the dude just changes inside the fucking like, like, you know what I mean? And he's such a beast, bro. And like, I come from like, you know, I fought in the streets and shit. I know what it takes to get your ass kicked and fight. And I remember the first fight you sent me that I watched, he ate so much of this guy's shit, right? And just didn't spend no energy, like no energy. And as soon as his full started slowing down, he just unleashed, and like the fight turned like fucking a light switch, bro. And I was like, fucking respect. And then the next fight, he was more in control the whole fight. But man, I was like, that's what's up. I mean, I really, fighting is a warrior sport. Like you got to be born with that. You know what I mean? And it's a respect type of mentality because it is a sport, but still, it's still like, it's you versus them. It's one of you guys have, there's not two winners. You know what I mean? So, anyway, I was like, damn, that was sick. And then right there, that I could see how much you have invested in that. And you believe in them. So by seeing those videos, it made sense why you believe in him so much. You know? Like it's awesome, bro.
And that same guy now, you know, he's still teaching with me. He's teaching kids jiu-jitsu. So now that same guy who you saw grinding out in the cage is dealing with 6-year-olds and shit twice a week. And he's got the patience to do that, man. He can turn that switch just like that, man. Are you
ever scouting for new talent?
Yeah, so I actually I manage a lot of fighters outside of the gym too, you know. So like Buddy Wallace, Drake Bowen. I got people from like some of the big gyms from like Black House, aka, you know, that I manage and help them get fights and things like that too. So always go ahead.
I got a homie who has hands, bro. He could squabble, and he's been in the octagon, bro. But yeah,
nice.
My homie Aaron Solano Exotics, bro. I've seen this guy. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, you should link up with this guy because this fool has potential. I've seen he fucks around in his house, and he's actually done some competing before.
Okay,
I think, man, this fool, he just has some clean hands, bro. So
hey, Aaron, add me on Instagram and DM me, man. We'll chop it up today.
Yeah, please, that'd be sick. Shout out to me, Aaron. Thanks for being here this morning. But yeah, man. So, what did fighting really, or like getting involved into that type of, you know, demographic of sports and stuff like that, like what did that do to you as a person, you feel like?
Well, it helped me to be able to resolve conflict a little bit differently because so now a lot of people in this industry, when you have a problem with them, they can literally just fuck you up. So now you got to figure out a smarter way to do things, and that's not really the best way. That's not really the best way to resolve the issues anyway, you know. So like there's a lot of coaches, man, like I've looked across from, and a lot of fighters like in the UFC that I've had disagreements with and things like that over the years, but we're able to just talk it out, you know. Like I have some of my guys from a fucking garage gym that's beat some of the people from like the biggest gyms from like Greg Jackson's American Top Team and things like that. But then, you know, sometimes there's referee decisions that go wrong, and you got to be able to just, you know, sit there and talk about it too, because in the big scheme of things, this is business. It's not the streets, you know. So you got to realize that, yes, it's fighting, and yes, it's competition, and it brings, you know, that warrior out in you and your animalistic instincts. But I need a paycheck. So if I do anything to mess up that paycheck, then we're wasting our time. You know, this is a check, you know. Like sometimes we've been in Tijuana before, man, and we got the envelope before the fight that was almost triple what our person's supposed to be, you know. and I'm like, what's this? And it's like, yeah, you're gonna lose this fight, and then we end up getting a knockout in like 8 seconds, and then we take our money and fucking run over the border. Shit.
So they wanted your boy to lose?
Yeah, they wanted us to throw the fight, man, and then, you know, that didn't happen. I don't play that shit, you know. So there's still integrity involved, and like you would never tarnish my name with some shit like that too. You know what I mean? So I mean, like I'd rather go winless, like, you know, for 2 or 3 years, no one went out there and put in the work, than get accused of throwing somebody's fight. You know what I mean? Like that's the I don't care about missing weight. I don't care about, like, even if you no show, throwing a fight is the worst thing you can do. You're a piece of fucking shit if you ever did it. So. Yeah, so we don't play that in the fight game. So, so just back to that, things I picked up. Also, too, man, just work ethic. You know, like I can tell from a fighter right away. I can look at their record, looking at someone's record doesn't really mean anything. But when you look at training videos, look who their sparring partners are, and talk to those people, and they can identify with your character. That's a work ethic. You know what I mean? So you can go out there and take any fights. There's some people that's poorly managed or don't have the resources that they need to have a real fighting career. Dude, I know killers in the gym that work their asses off. That's 0-8 as a professional. You know what I mean? Because they're taking the wrong fights. They're going out there not, being resourceful as the other people who are they fighting. But their work ethic is just is phenomenal. And that's what I like about some of these people in our industry right now. You can tell the people who put into their podcasts, their YouTube videos, their collections, their Instagram and shit like that too. In 2021, if you got a grainy ass video and you're taking pictures on Instagram with a Motorola Razor, that tells me if you're not putting a little bit of effort into that, you're not putting that shit into your animals either. And people will disagree, right? People will I know people disagree with that. Like, no, well, I just spend more time with my animals, and that's where the care is.